Yeah, you already know. Easy, easy, easy. All the same thing, one and the same. Through divine inspiration, I'm told to get, pass this on. If y'all want to talk magic and alchemy, when you're dealing with energies, and let's break down energies a minute. Energies of feelings, energies of sound, energies of touch, energies of taste. Everything has its own resonance to it. And each one of those resonance have those resonance in it. Believe it or not, you can taste sound. Believe it or not, you can feel sound. Like, duh, everybody should know that, right? If you look, if you look hard enough, or without rose-colored eyes, you can see sound as it travels, as it bounces off of solid objects, how it go through some objects. Depends on the density, and even the density do eventually penetrate. It just might not keep on going as far as it would if it didn't hit the denseness of whatever it tried to pass through. You sound like a real scientist, right? Real expert. Um, yeah, getting back to it, alchemizing. Alchemizing is dealing with, like I said, emotions. If you want to think of it as alchemizing, but if you want to still use the term alchemizing, it's being in control of your emotions, being in control of your intent, and constantly having control of whatever you intend. It's called mastering of oneself. Something that we make so complicated, but yet it's so easy. Right, right now, where we lose that, the world lose that, is we tend to focus outside ourselves and pass a lot of judgment on things And as we pass judgment on people, places, and things, we also pass judgment on ourselves, unrealizing it subconsciously. The things that we despise is normally the things that we pro to, even if we ain't in that energy at the time where we sniping our nose up at it. Oh my God, look at them over there. I would never. But then 10 years down the line, 2 years down the line, 4 years down the line, however God feels to serve you up, the situation that you scoffed at, the situation that, or the person that you look down upon, not knowing how they got there, why they there, even though all our paths to those, lessons are different, we basically get in the same lesson. How deep is that? So actually, you can actually learn from somebody else's mistake if you're wise enough to listen to that person's testimony that actually experienced it and recovered themselves out of it. And it will be a lifelong thing. It's over when you allowed it to be over. When you actually forget that whatever trauma or whatever Achilles heel, you faded out of your timeline. It no longer exists in your timeline because you no longer desire it and you no longer wish to remember it. And that's how people with any addiction escape. They see the situation clearly. They diligently search for a solution, which you will always find more than one solution or multiple styles of that one solution. And if you're a person like me, instead of trying to test out all the solutions separate, whatever you acquired that you divinely know or intuitively know is true, put all that together the only way you know how, because my way is different from your way is different from my way. But our understanding will be basically the same. Just like my path that led me to whatever addiction that you went through will be totally different from, and vice versa. Mine will be different from yours, and your path was different than mine. But we ended up at the same destination, and it varies. You might both be still stuck in that, in that scenario, or one already been in a scenario and came up out of it, and because they see something, and you know from their empathy of what they experienced and how they felt and how they was done just because of the stigmatization of whatever they had a stigmatization of. And collectively, it's funny. Everybody say they want to be good, but love being bad. Say they want to be the good boy, but actually the bad boy because they say the good boy don't have no fun. I'm here to destroy that notion. How do you think the good boy become? How do you think the good boy becomes the good boy? He had to be a bad one first. And what actually makes a person bad? Let's get into that. What makes a person bad is actually not following somebody else's orders or how they perceive something or how, you know, what they believe. And it might not even be their fault because this is how they was taught. Maybe this is how they learned. And, you know, and there's also a thing called tradition. As I said, say your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, whoever teach you something, anything. You can just imagine whatever you or whatever somebody actually taught you. You can use the actual experience. When you do what you call it, right now, you already know how to do what y'all do because you have done it multiple times with the individual that showed you how to do it. And every time you do it, even if they were doing something else, they had a watchful eye on you or a protective eye on you to make sure that you were safe and also the safety of your application that hinges on their reputation and product of their craft. So, you know, boom. So he's taught by a master, and the master is able to walk away and allow you to, do 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 the job without him actually being there for, because he might have to run somewhere or do something. But he know he taught you well. He know you know what you're doing because you have proven to him while he around. You have did the process, and if you go, he has faith in you that you can get it done. Now the boss walk away. He still got all the what you call all the tools or equipment to what you call to more than fulfill the job, where you don't have no excuses for whatever I'm about to say. So now the boss is not around, and you leave something out the process of whatever was taught to you. And it's something real minor, something that can be overlooked. But at the same time, it will have an adverse effect to the performance of whatever it needs to be done, because it's not totally, completely done in concession, complete order. When you say complete order or application of any working mechanism, picture, it all the components have to sit where those components supposed to sit for the effect of whatever the mechanic or portrait or whatever stands out and exists. This is not a game, my chosen, my family, the collective, the world, and every other dimension, known and unknown. I thank all the highly divine beings on all scales, angels, humans, fairies, trolls, all the mystical beasts, all, if you go believing in them, it is a good and an evil. There's a balance in all things. I am all and all am I is the I am the I and all is the all and I. I truly believe that nothing sets us, nothing sets us apart, and nothing really. We all separate but not separate. We all separate components that work as a whole. That's all we are. Are we gonna work at our peak performance? So the peak performance of the whole will benefit. If you're pure and you amped up and you revved up and you pumping, and the other parts of the mechanism or the engine ain't reciprocating to what you call the energy that you give, ain't don't something go wrong? Ain't it some type of friction, fight back? Is that not a true statement? Even if you never had owned the car or checked the engine or know anything about mechanics, that should be common sense. So, what you will have to do, you will have to put in other energies, what I say, in those other areas to match or to compensate for the energy compensate for the energy that is being put into it. And then when that part start compensating, the part connected to it also gotta compensate. So it's serious. It's not a game. It's not a game at all. It's not a game at all. It's something that shouldn't be played with. Well, it's not a game. Not a game at all. Life life hangs in the balance of everything. There is a circle of life, and within your circle of life, there's something next to you that has a circle of life, and so on and so on and so on and so on, and just infinite. Where say we ourselves in a body, and then just keep on going. The body is fully made, but he's extra, super gigantic to us because we ourselves, and all of us take to make him. But then him, the one that we look up to, we like, oh damn, you massive. Damn, we inside you. If you could visualize something, super grand. Because we also talk about solar systems, stars, galaxies that all work in part with us as cells in this great body of the all. So this is just the first level. I'm giving you, trying to paint a vivid picture of how small we are, even with all the animals on every scale, trees, mountains, the planet, our stars, the other planetary, what you call, that's in our solar system, that's in our, our orbital chains in our galaxy, and then the galaxies beyond, and what's living out there, and doing, and so on and so on and so on. That makes that first big super being, or we would say God. Some would say God. Now, that being that, we call it supermassive, and through our small understanding and only being able to play our part as the cell of the body, because we're not up there in the brain of this entity or God. We just here to help maintain whatever position we play in a heavenly body or divine body. Now, look for the thing that we call in God or calling a giant. Put him in the scale of him, which we call him gigantic and massive and awestruck with its size, with all our galaxies and everything that we know of to be in this one being or make up this one being. It's just a cell, like me and you, or how I describe the situation in a body that goes even bigger than him, and so on and so on and so on and so on to infinity. The cycle of life. I know y'all hear me. I mean, if you want to deny me and hate me, the more you hate me, the faster you, the faster your awakening will be. The more you hate me, the more you resist, the faster you turn into me. Ah, right? That's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to mimic me. Y'all wanted to enjoy enjoy the fruits of my labor.
This guy teaches people how to make their first investment in
My
real estate without risking any of their own money. His name is Pace Morby, and he's one
will
of the top real estate investors in the US.
have
He's so good that he
understanding.
has his own AETV show, a crazy popular book, and over 1.5 million social media followers.
The will to what can I say? See if I was truly wrong for what I was allowing to happen. Was my moral stance a godly moral stance? Not to be funny, everything in the Bible is a moral stance. It's a teaching for us to live by. That is all positive. And the ones that actually heard it, lived it, they performed miracles for y'all or for them back then. And now we in our time, and he's giving it to his people again, to the ones he feel is going to do his will or have the right morals. Not saying that those negative things don't come across, those opportunities don't present themselves. But are you gonna take it because just because it presents itself? Are you gonna do it just because you have the power to do it? Are you gonna do it just because the other person can't defend themselves? And and if they and if they attempted to with your power and influence, you can destroy them or make it real hard for them to mentally maintain because you'll put them under scrutiny and hate and a whole lot of negative pressure because you're so-called beloved or the individual that what you call that's manipulating and controlling is doing. Need y'all niggas to wake up. Only thing we gotta do is do what Lucifer didn't do. Accept our job. How you find out your job? Your numerator calculator. How you find out your job? Your astrology calculator. How do you find your job? By reading the information in those two things. How do you find your job? Or your divine alignment, your super best life, without you compromising, without you compromising, without you losing dignity, without you losing self-respect, without cords, without strings, without being in a glass jar or put in a box, because they got something over you, something that you're ashamed of. So that's all it is. That's how they get power over you. It's something that you're ashamed of, that you don't want to be known. But if you didn't want it to be known, you would have never did it. I don't care what you did. Even if you don't get caught now, you'll get caught later. And say, so happen you never get caught. You end up passing away and got away with a whole lot of evil shit. Never paid for nothing. When you come back, you know you gotta start all over and do the trial all over, right? And all that funny shit that you was dishing out, it's gonna be coming at you at that in that timeline. How I know? My past life. My past life have done what they have done. And in this lifetime I have paid for it. And not just my like last lifetime, because my descendants, oh my, not my, yeah, my descendants are me. So I am my ancestors. I know what they know. They know what I know. And the future know what all of us know. Oh, God is glorious. Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. The food is too good. It go down easy, go down smooth. It go down like the saliva in your mouth. when your favorite meal is being cooked and that first whiff hit, hit your face, then they got you checking and hoping to find out how, how, how much longer that's gonna take. Or you just starting, right? And let me know when that's ready. Smacking their lips or mouth full of water, swallowing and gulping and shit. That's how it is. About to tap out, call it a rest. Let this body rest and go up there and hang out with my Heavenly Father. Let Him give me some more conversation, more answers, more enlightenment, more love and affection that He genuinely wants to bestow on me because my heart is close to His heart. It's something that I never said that I don't think I have told my God that I can't see how these individuals put their lives on the line, like how Jesus put his life on the line. I know that they truly were shown, they truly have walked with you. You have no fear, no faith, no fear, but none but strong faith that God is gonna take care of you no matter what. As long as you pay homage to Him and go within and talk to Him, you'll unlock what you need to be unlocked because you so desired his information, which all information is His information. When you type into the Akashic record, the library, you're actually typing into God's main hall. If you're so lucky to be able to get that far in, and for your witches and warlocks that's on the dark side or in, a negative low vibration cells. Have you noticed if you so happen to be skillful, and a lot of times it's not just you're skillful, God will set your asses up. Like, oh, okay, you still being nosy. Okay, here you go. Leave the window open for them. So y'all come through the window thinking that it's a glitch in the system, or or somebody left a hole in the system, not knowing that the hole in the system is being watched, and in the middle of the hole is debate, and 9 times out of 10, because they're so caught up into debate, that step out and fall into the hole. Yeah. God is funny. He a comedian. So stay woke so you don't be the joke. You won't be part of his joke. Okay? For real. Stay woke so you don't be part of God's joke. Because they all gonna laugh at you. 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 Have a good night. For God's love.